Good morning. I only have like 8 minutes to film this because the baby just woke up because she pooped and Jeremy's gonna change her and then he has to leave for work in about 8 minutes, and that means I have 8 minutes to film this. So yesterday I filmed the overnight part of our day, and honestly it went way smoother than I thought. I thought she was gonna wake up like every 2 hours or something, but she got a good, I think, 4-hour stretch in at the beginning, so it was a lot more uneventful than I thought it was gonna be, and it wasn't a very hard night in general. So I hope that gives some hope to any pregnant ladies out there who are worried about the newborn sleeping stage, because our newborn sleeps pretty well throughout the night. So I decided to just like keep the vlog going a little bit longer, and I filmed, as you saw, as going to the midwife appointment, and then I was planning on filming a bit more, but I didn't because when I left the midwife appointment I was feeling very heavy, and I came home and I cried a lot, and I just spent the day in bed with our baby, just cuddling and kind of like processing those emotions. At the midwife appointment we went through what happened at the hospital. We talked about future pregnancies, and I also found out that the midwife who was with me throughout this whole thing, like my primary midwife, won't be there as of I think next month or the month after. So that means for my next pregnancies I won't be able to have her as my midwife again, which is sad because you build like a whole relationship with this person, and you really learn to trust them and everything. So I was looking forward to her being my midwife for my future pregnancies and births, but I'm sure that I will be able to form another relationship like that with another midwife. So yeah, that was just like one of the things I was sad about. But yeah, we spoke a lot about what happened, and of course that's not easy for me, like reliving everything and just seeing like how close we were to possibly losing our daughter at birth or prior to birth, like basically being close to having a stillborn. So that was just really hard. I hate thinking about it. I hate just like going through everything that happened again, so that was really difficult. And then of course we talked about future pregnancies, as I mentioned, and I kind of came up with like a bit of an idea of what I think I want to do for my next pregnancies, what I feel like would be the least risky, I guess. Maybe I could talk about that in another video. And then the other thing that kind of weighed really heavy on me is that during the checkup for me, we realized that my uterus hadn't gone down as low as we would have liked it to. It's still pretty high for 4-ish weeks postpartum, and so they were a little bit worried. And at the same time, I had mentioned in the last video that I was starting to get sore down there, and I thought maybe that my skin was just becoming unnumb because I was numb for a while, for like a few weeks, and I'm still numb in a lot of areas. So I thought that maybe my abs were just more sensitive now because I was regaining sensation. But no, when she was checking my uterus, she actually realized, like, as she was pushing, the soreness is actually my uterus. So my uterus is very, very sore. So we're not sure exactly what it is. We got a second opinion. We don't think that it's a medical emergency as of right now, but we do need to consult at the hospital and get a follow-up appointment. So I'm waiting on a call for that, just to make sure everything is okay. When I was there, they mentioned something in French that sounded like endometriosis. And I speak French, but my first language is English, obviously. And so my midwife is French, but the one who was giving the second opinion was English. And so I asked her, and I said, oh, like endometriosis. And she said, kind of, but not really. And so when I came home, I kind of looked it up because I was asking them, like, what would that mean for me? And all they said is, like, we're just going to start with an ultrasound to see if that's actually what's happening. So I was kind of like, I wonder why they're not telling me like what that could mean, and maybe if it's possibly something nerve-wracking. So when I got home, I looked it up, and there's one of two things that it could be. Either incisional endometriosis, which would make most sense because of how the midwife had said that it's similar to endometriosis. So endometriosis is when you have uterine tissue growing outside of the uterus instead of inside, or you have it like in both basically. And incisional endometriosis is when it starts growing through the incision. And so for that, the procedure would be that I would need to get surgery again. And that's why like I completely broke down. And from what I understood from the midwife, that's what I think that they were wondering if it could be that. The other thing is endometritis or something like that. It's basically an infection of the uterus, which is very common with C-sections. However, I don't have any other symptoms of an infection. I don't have fever. Usually it smells and stuff, so I don't have any of that. So from what I understand, they don't think it's an infection. Obviously, I'm hoping that it's nothing. They also said like it could just, maybe it's just still healing, like with a C-section. I also have a fibroid. Maybe it's just more sensitive. Let's just see if it goes down by my 6-week appointment. So obviously I'm hoping for that. That would be the best scenario. Worst case scenario, I'm hoping the antibiotics, and even that would suck because I don't want to take antibiotics, but I'm hoping for that. But like the worst case scenario would be I need surgery again. And that's something I just don't feel like I can handle right now. So my emotions were really high yesterday, and I just needed the day to myself and to just process again the thought that maybe I could need surgery again. Like, that's basically why I didn't film again yesterday, and just how I'm feeling. It was a roller coaster yesterday, but staying in bed, just cuddling up with baby, that really helped calm me. And yeah, that's basically where we're at. So I will see you next week as usual on Sunday with another video. We will eventually get back to more like adventure videos. It's just that right now with a newborn and it's winter, that's a little difficult. So it's going to be more about motherhood right now, my videos. Thank you guys so much again, like I said, for being here as usual. I will be back next week. Don't forget to subscribe and have a great, lovely day. Bye everyone.